Cooking Appa.
Hi, this is Cooking Appa. Chinese New Year is coming. I know a lot of you will be making braised pork leg at home. This year, how about making a restaurant dish at home, which is braised pork trotter, the whole part of it. It should be this middle part, yeah? So this middle part here, yin tai, yeah? Chinese, we actually call it yin tai. So we are, if you braise it as a whole dish, it actually looks so much better. And it looks very, very presentable. And it is not so much difficult. Only thing is you need to cook it almost double the time because of the size. Yeah. So let's start looking at the ingredient. So here's the pork trotter, and actually here is the pork leg. Yeah, the bottom part of the leg. I'm going to cook it together as well later. Yeah. And actually, one thing that I learned from today's mistake is that I forgot to ask the seller to remove this middle bone at least until this part, so that actually it's more flexible for me. Why? Because when I try to put this into my pressure cooker, it couldn't fit. It's too long. So because of the big bone inside, if she already removed the big bone, actually she did ask me, I said no need, stupid me. So if she remove the big bone inside in the middle here, you don't have to remove the whole thing, just this part, the big bone here. Then when your pot cannot fit, you can actually just trim it, yeah, just trim it. Now I cannot trim because the bone is actually until all the way here, so it cannot fit. Meaning today I can't use pressure cooker. I actually need to use a normal traditional pot, which is actually going to taste nicer, but it's going to take a bit more work lah. So of course the first thing is for you to blanch the pork leg. Make sure you blanch it. Put the whole pork leg into a cold water. Put few pieces of ginger and some CNY inside, and bring it to a boil and let it boil for a couple of minutes. Then wash away the scums. That's it. Yeah, you cannot skip this part because the blanching process will help you to remove 90% of the gaminess. Then what do you need to make the braised broth? We have some fresh herbs and dry herbs here. So these are the fresh herbs: some garlic, ginger, shallot, fresh coriander roots, and also galangal. Galangal will give it some unique flavor. If you can, get some galangal. Then we have some dry herbs here, 2 cinnamon sticks, 3 to 4 pieces of star anise, 1 bay leaf. First time I bought such a big piece of bay leaf. And then I have some 13 spice powder. If you can't find 13 spice powder, you can use 5 spice powder. And just now, this morning, Appa found this from Aeon. It is actually the cooked and peeled quail eggs. So instead of putting a hard-boiled egg inside, I'm going to braise some quail eggs towards the end. You can add in some tofu as well. Yeah, you can boil some tofu as well. All right, so we are going to make the braised broth first. Not difficult at all, seriously. Give it some oil and heat it up. Once it is heated up, we can actually put in the fresh herbs and saute for a minute or two before we continue. Some will actually put some dried chili. I won't, because my daughter needs to eat it. Sometimes certain dried chili can make it a little bit spicy. You can. Actually, I prefer the one with dried chili personally. But I'm the only person who takes spicy in the family. So yeah, when you are cooking for the family, you do have to be a bit more considerate to the rest of your family members. Yeah, so saute this for a while, and we will come back shortly. Right, once you start to see the ingredient here started to brown, ooh, super fragrant. Next thing, extremely simple. Add in some hot water. You can use room temperature water also, no problem. And some Shaoxing wine, small bottle. And we shall give it some seasoning right now. First of all, some salt. 1 to 2 teaspoons. At least 2 tablespoons of sugar to start with, maybe a bit more. Some of my Cooking Appa chicken stock powder, where you can get it from Shopee Malaysia or Singapore, for those interested. 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds of light soya sauce. about 2 to 3 tablespoons of dark soya sauce. Don't put too much dark soya sauce. Certain dark soya sauce can make your dish become very bitter. And a few dashes of my favorite Vietnamese premium fish sauce. Some white pepper as well. The dried herbs. The 13 spice powder. And we shall bring this to a boil. And there's one way you can make it even more fragrant, which is by adding some fried garlic or fried onion. And basically, our braised broth is ready. Now you can actually have a taste. You can adjust the taste using some salt and sugar. Yeah, reach the flavor you wanted. You probably want to make it slightly salty because you want this to really flavor your pork trotter later. Then I change it to my pot. Like I said, my pork leg is actually too big for my pressure cooker, so I have no choice but to use a pot. So let's put this inside. Just nice. I wonder what's the size of this. This is 26. Just nice. Then I'm going to carefully pour the braised broth all over the pork leg. Meanwhile, I'm already heating up this skillet, yeah? Because this is a cast iron pot. It may take a while to heat up. I actually preheated it actually. I preheated it just now while I'm making the broth. Now, the difference about using pressure cooker and a normal skillet or pot is that today I'm actually cooking using pressure cooker, I will not make so much broth because pressure cooker, the broth will not evaporate. However, when we are using a normal pot, it will evaporate because we are going to cook it for at least minimum 3 hours for this. You at least have to come and check the water level, yeah, the broth level, for I would say every 45 minutes to 1 hour. So I will be actually adding a bit more broth because later it will actually reduce by itself. So as you can see from here, it is nice. Our pork trotter is actually nicely covered, and I'm going to bring this to a boil before I close the lid. So once it is boiling, we can actually now cover it with a lid. If you are worried of spilling, you can actually leave a bit of space, yeah, in between. Yeah, I probably will leave a bit of space here also today because the water level is quite high. If it's only half, I won't leave any space. And next thing, I'm going to tune down to medium low heat, and slowly let it cook under medium low heat for minimum 3 hours. Trotter, you need 3 hours. Normal pork leg cut into chunks, about 1 to 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Then only you can make it very tender. Usually trotter, we want to cook it super tender that will jiggly, the kind of tenderness, yeah. And now you know why I prefer to use. I actually initially plan to use pressure cooker because pressure cooker will take only half of the time, or even 1/3 of the time, right? And okay, because you need 2 hours, therefore at least every 1 hour you want to come and check your water level. It is going to reduce, and you don't want it to dry out. If it's too low, you have to add in extra water, CNY, and some light soya sauce. Right, basically our braised pork has been simmering for the past 3 hours. It is super tender right now. And I took out some of the broth to cook the quail egg. So I actually braised the quail egg for approximately 10 minutes, yeah? Basically now the challenge is, this is so super tender, how am I going to take it out without breaking it? Okay, you have to do it very carefully. Alright, luckily my pork trotter is still in one piece, yeah? So I'm going to add in the braised quail egg at the side. Somehow it's not very common to find people braise quail egg in Malaysia. But in China and I think Hong Kong maybe, it's quite popular. Right, I actually have a Hong Kong friend coming over tonight for dinner. And he just arrived, not sure if you all can hear him or not. They talk quite loud. And this is the sauce which is already thickened when I try to braise the egg just now. You can mix this with some cornstarch if you like. That is up to you. Personally, I don't like to starch this. So when I braise the cold egg, the sauce actually thicken out by itself. Yeah. So here's my very simple video today. If you like my video, do share my video on Facebook to your friends. Come Cooking Appa Facebook page to click like and follow button. Follow up on the Instagram and subscribe to Cooking Appa YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.